Hello,
ladies and gentlemen.
What you doing? That's my lines.
I had to do it.
But anyway, welcome to the Babbling Beards podcast, where we sit here and we talk about stuff and we make funny jokes.
Yeah, like what we just did. Hey, yo.
Stealing my lines, stepping all over me.
Hey, like my redstone house, or my red nether brick house.
I like it. It stands out. Keep trying to run with the L3 button. That doesn't work. But anyway, so today our plan is to discuss love triangles.
Love triangles.
Stuff in media. Oh, yes, I forgot to do the rest of the introduction. Hi, I'm Steps Basic, and this is my buddy.
Babbling Ninja 720. Yeah, it's because of me that you
distracted.
Kind of goovied on that one.
Look at me, I'm a distraction.
What?
I'm a distraction.
Oh, yeah. That's what I am right now. Oh, man. So you want to start this one off, or you want me to start it off?
Sure. So let's see. We were going to talk about famous love triangles. Well, famous, maybe.
Just love triangles in general.
Just love triangles in general, yeah. It's probably one of those most annoying tropes in stories, but at the same time, it's meant to get you emotionally invested in your situations. Now, of course, I'm not going to cover like the one in particular that I wanted to talk about may be forced or ignored in some cases, but I wanted to talk about the obvious one. You know, the one that I'm most invested in at the moment.
You're talking about the Eris Tifa Cloud?
Yeah, that one's an interesting one because, it being a video game, it can go largely unnoticed if you're not trying to make it.
Yeah. I think that one is forced in a way that it's Zach's memories imprinting on Cloud.
Yeah.
Or him just, copying Zach's life.
Excuse me.
That's what brings that in.
Yeah, and Aerith, she sees him in there even if she doesn't recognize who he is.
Yeah, it's because he's a carbon copy.
Carbon. Yeah, and it's funny because I always, like, when I was younger, I put the whole I put Eris and Cloud together all the time, and I like that relationship, of course. And then you go into that what happens afterwards, and you're like, well, all that time I just wasted.
Yeah, I kind of knew that Eris was going to die even before I saw the whole storyline, just from the fact that all of her abilities are so OP, like her limit breaks and stuff like that.
Friggin' her last one was friggin' amazing with the
Great Gospel. Yeah. Oh my god, that's OP if anything. Invulnerability and you're topped off.
Yep.
Although I played around with Fury Brand a lot, the one that tops off the other two limit breaks.
Yeah, I love that one.
Once you get Omni Slash and High Wind, that's pretty much game.
Yep. But the romance.
Tangent though.
Yeah, the romance.
Who did you push for between the two? Tifa or Eris?
I was always an Eris one when I was a kid, but now that I've kind of grown up and become an old fart, I actually kind of more like Tifa and Cloud.
The childhood, childhood friendship romance kind of thing.
Yeah, because they have a history. They have a structure they built off of. And
plus the whole Eris thing is forced.
Yep.
It's artificial.
She's dying. You gotta feel bad for her now. Yeah. I like the way they play it if you botch both. Like if you don't do the relationship right, you end up with taking Barrett on a date.
Golden Saucer, yeah. You can get. Are you talking about the original one or the new one?
Not the remake, but the one they put out on the one they put out on PlayStation. The one where you could
the the refurbished where you get trophies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was just to get a trophy. Because I was about to say, I think the worst one's taking Yuffie on a date.
I imagine. I ended up with Red at one point, but I don't think I ever
I
ended
you
up.
can get Red 13 as a companion.
Yeah.
I knew you can get Barrett, but I didn't know you can get Red 13.
Yeah, I didn't know you could get Barrett. I knew you could get I knew
I
you
knew
could
you could
get
get
Red.
Barrett.
Yeah. The only way I knew
That was just
was because of the trophy.
No, I found that out early on.
Yeah.
Not
but
the hard way, because I always ended up with Eris for some weird reason.
yeah, most of the times when I played it, I forced it so that I'd end up with Aerith. Always doing the nice thing for Aerith and snubbing Tifa. Give the flower to Marlene instead of Tifa, and keep Aerith in your party at all times.
I don't think that the giving the flower to Marlene hurts too badly, considering that Tifa's like, oh, he's actually trying to be a team player, yay, kind of thing. I think it's kind of like you get extra points.
Yeah.
It doesn't detract.
Yeah, it doesn't take it away. It just doesn't add to it.
The detraction right there is when they go back to the past in Nibelheim, and if you say you went into Tifa's room and played with her underwear.
Orthopedic underwear.
Yeah, I was like, how? Huh? That one always makes my eyebrows screw up in a question mark.
Like, what the heck is orthopedic underwear?
I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Tifa, she genuinely cares about Cloud, and she's what was it, Tsundere? Where they act like they don't care, but it turns out they do care, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Tsundere. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The cold and aloof, but really secretly deep and emotional.
Yeah, that one.
I can't say anything about the remake. I keep wanting to dive into it, but I'm like, no.
Yeah, no spoilers. I want that spoiler free because that's a gem.
Yep. And so spectacular so far, and that's probably about all I'm going to say.
Got it, man. Oh, you're good. You got it.
Yep. Oh.
Anything else you got to say about Cloud?
I mean,
Well, you could technically say this is not exactly a love triangle because Zack fits in, even though he's dead.
Zack the dead guy.
Yeah.
It was like
Good guy, Zack.
Yeah, it was like what do you want to call it? I don't want to say a three-way. Yeah, rhombus. There you go. Love rhombus.
A three-way.
Not a three-way because that's wrong.
Four-way.
Yeah.
Or a swinger.
Cloud living.
Kind of thing.
Cloud living in the shadow of someone he never met.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Well, he did meet him.
Yeah, he just doesn't remember it.
Yeah. Well, until later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just kind of interesting if some of the stuff with Elena from the Turks.
Elena and Reno and Rude, or Sang.
No, I meant like how Elena reacts and interacts with the team as well, especially Cloud.
I kind of felt
I'm gonna deck you in the face.
I kind of felt bad for Elena.
Yeah, she got the shaft.
Yeah, she was very, very clearly crushing on Sang, and Sang was just like not into it.
He had a hard on for Aerith.
Yep, there's another freaking love triangle right there. Good lord! And she just didn't even care about anyone. Like, leave me alone, Sang. You're evil.
Yeah. He tells she really loved Zack, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was.
Good thing they got to be together in the live stream, though.
Mm-hmm. All squishy and stuff. It's
all liquidy.
Yeah.
Fluid.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat little addition that they had in the Advent Children one.
Oh yeah. You got another one calling you mom, huh? I remember him joking with her about that. So creepy. Okay.
Let me know.
I've got it on DVD.
I do too somewhere.
I've got it behind me, actually.
Nice.
I got another Final Fantasy kind of set up. Where's it at? This one goes way back. And that would be Cecil, Rosa, and Kain.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember that one. God. This is another one of those that my opinion kind of changes a little bit throughout the years.
I actually consider that one a true triangle as compared to Cloud Thief and Aerith.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of don't change. I believe that Rosa and Cecil should be together.
Yeah, that's definitely it. But my opinion about Kane has changed,
What do you mean it changed?
Well, it's like when I was younger, it's just like all I ever saw was just the betrayal and everything.
Oh, okay.
And so seeing him in a bit of a different light, mind controlled after, torturous pain and whatnot.
He's not technically a turncoat or a traitor, betrayer, or oathbreaker kind of thing. Mm-hmm. He's just, in a way, you could just say he's weak-willed.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like every other instance. He's like, oh, I'm the bad guy now.
Yeah. And the enemy waggles his fingers. Oop, I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was a really good aspect. That one, actually, 4 was really... The relationships were extremely, really well written.
Yeah, especially for such an old game.
Yeah. Well, of course, you could also say that back in the day, due to the graphics being the way that they were, the storyline had to be the super polished thing, because it could only go so far with the graphics. So.
Yeah. That reminds me. Strangest thing for me to remind me of this. Yeah, we've talked about Mystic Quest a lot. Well,
yes,
a bit, and I found out that
the remake
was not actually originally intended to be a Final Fantasy game.
It wasn't?
No.
What was it intended originally to be?
One of the Of Mana games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was that you found that out because you were playing Trials of Mana demo today?
Yeah, and I went and I looked it up. I was looking up more of the Of Mana games to see if I could find out which ones, and it was like one of them was listed. I think it was Adventures of Mana. And it was like originally titled Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I'm like, wait, what?
Interesting.
Yeah. And then I went deep diving into it. It's like this was released as an Of Mana game and then became a Final Fantasy game. And then they remade it into a Of Mana game again. I'm like, whoa, dude.
And then it became a Final Fantasy USA.
And it's on Steam. Ow.
Oh, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy that one.
Both the remake and the original are on Steam.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I wish that it would be on the PlayStation Network, considering Square's big PlayStation, and I would like to see trophies.
Yeah, considering that it explains why the battle or why everything else was so different from like other Final Fantasy
combat system and everything,
because it was a different system.
The fixed monsters positions instead of random battles.
I was like, whoa! I learned something new. Also,
I just learned something new too.
I also went, scrounging around for a lot of old RPGs that I used to play. Found Grandia and Grandia 2 were remastered. And I'm like, sweet! I love those too. Legend of Gaia still hasn't been remastered, though, so sadness.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually talked about that one a little bit on one of my videos.
Yep, I saw that. Legend of Gaia, I watched a friend play. It was pretty good.
Yeah. It's funny because I have to redo that video I did on Friday.
Which one's that one?
Because I was talking about gaming or perfection in gaming, talking about what would make a perfect game, and I don't think I fully
got the grasp,
represented myself on it.
Did get your point across all the way.
Yeah, because I labeled Legend of Legaia as what I would consider a perfect game because for what it was, it ticked all the boxes for me. But thinking back on it now, I'm like, I don't think I could actually consider it that. I mean, I take into account of its time as well as, of its genre and everything to consider it into a perfect game, but I think I could probably find something that I might find better. Don't get me wrong. Not dismissing it as a good game, because it was good. Just would I call it perfect? But I get really wishy-washy when I start to try to define something as quote-unquote perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about before I sidetracked us.
It's your turn to pick a love triangle.
Okay, let me think. Ooh, love triangles. Yeah, dang, yeah. And I'm sitting here trying to think about it. I'm like, yeah, it is actually kind of difficult to remember specific triangles.
Yeah. If you don't have one, I can go again.
Yeah, you go ahead. Because I think I have one, but I might have to think about it a little bit longer.
I'm going to whip one out for the kiddies.
Don't do that. You'll go to jail.
No, this one's G-rated.
Ah.
Straight from Disney.
Oh.
We got the regular, what was it, Stockholm Syndrome? I think it was called.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Belle, yeah. Beast, and Gaston.
Yep. Yeah.
Of course, when you have a guy like Gaston, the Beast is automatically way better in comparison.
Definitely looks a lot better, yeah.
Which is, oddly enough, Beast's real name is Prince Adam.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's you.
Yeah. I'm the Beast.
But it's funny, because I'm like really tall and covered in hair. Wouldn't that make me a beast? Yeah. It's funny because, as big as I am into romance and stuff, that one is actually probably one of the first ones I started with. The whole Belle Beast and Gaston relationship.
Yeah.
Because, I was a kid. That was probably the one of the first ones I was ever a victim of.
Exposed to.
Yeah. Sounds a lot better when you say it that way. And it's like I watched a lot of romances as a kid. And I really connected with Beast in a way.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, just saw something of myself in him. An angry person locked up in or hiding a more gentle soul, as it were.
In the, I just burst everyone's bubble that are big, Disney aficionados. Considering that they adapted the Grimm's fairy tales into lovey-dovey kind of stories, which is nowhere near the caliber of the originals.
Mm-hmm.
Belle is not the intellectual lovey-dovey type. She actually sends, I believe, a flock of crows to her sisters, and they peck their eyes out.
That was after they tried to get.
Very end.
That was after they tried to get the Beast to cannibalize her.
No. What happened was the story was the Beast was going to cannibalize the wife. Oh, he died.
Saw nothing.
It was the story. That's what it was thought to be, but I guess it was just a cover for something. It turns out Beast is actually really nice and whatnot. And
the sisters kidnapped Belle from him, trying to get him angry enough to eat her.
Oh, the eater, yeah, because they wanted to get rid of her. Mm. They didn't like her because she was more beautiful than them.
Yep.
But yeah, she gets her. She gets a bunch of ravens, and they fly over, and they take out the eyes of her sisters.
Yep. Dude,
that's the wedding gift.
Did you hear what friggin' the stepsisters did in Cinderella?
I think it was they had to dance with red hot iron shoes until they died.
Mm-hmm.
No, that wasn't it. That was Snow White, I think.
Right. No, the ones I'm thinking of in Cinderella was they chopped their toes off to try to fit the slipper.
Yeah, they chopped their feet. They chopped their feet into chunks in order to fit. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And they died for blood loss.
Mm.
Man, this is getting morbid.
Yeah, when we're talking about love triangles over here.
Now we're talking about people dying and getting their eyes pecked out. Which, by the way, if we're gonna go with that route, Resident Evil, then that Forest Spire guy, he got his eyes really pecked out.
Mm-hmm.
Got him pecked out really hard there. That grenade launcher really did help him there.
Nope. My beard itches. Yeah, when they mentioned crows in a collectible in the game, I was like, are there gonna be crows? No.
Actually, they did have crows in RE3. It's just none that you could fight. They fly off.
That's good.
If I remember correctly. Did you think of another triangle?
I actually had one, and I was thinking about it while we were talking about Beauty and the Beast, and then I got sidetracked when we started talking about Grimm's Fairy Tales. It was kind of a triangle.
The ham-fisted.
Not even that. It was like always wrong time sort of deal.
Okay, what was it?
Freaking Willow, Tara, Xander, and Anya.
Oh, Buffy.
Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Although technically, we got one right there that was staring me right in the face, and I should have just said it right away. Spike, Buffy, and Angel.
Angel, yeah. That's what was. As soon as you said, like, even right before you said Willow, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, but I was thinking like Willow was in love with Xander, but Xander was too stupid to notice.
Yeah.
And then like Xander would have a crush and fall in love with somebody, and then oh no, then Willow's all sad.
Isn't Xander? Wasn't he Seth Green?
No, that was Oz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I really didn't watch too much Buffy.
Yeah, but then
it was one of those ones I wanted to get into, but I never did. Kind of deal.
Yeah, and then after that, it was like Xander, starts to realize that I'm in love with Willow, and then turns out Willow's in love with Oz now, the werewolf, and it's like that sucks. And then some time passes, and then friggin' Xander falls in love with the demon. And she gets really mad about that. Willow gets mad about that. And then Willow's gay. And then okay. So it was kind of like a love triangle. Kind of not. Because it was always a wrong time romance.
Yeah.
Those are frustrating to me. Because I really like Xander and Willow together. I like the idea of them being together. And they were kind of technically at one point. But they were, parallel universe ones that were vampires.
Yeah. And of course, the whole Spike and Angel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to side with the whole Angel and Buffy instead of the Spike and Buffy. Spike is too... he's too coarse.
It's kind of an interesting...
opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting... I understand what you're saying, though, because Spike is a bit abrasive. He is quite abrasive.
Yeah.
But it's funny, I actually think that Buffy and Spike, like Spike was actually the better choice, so to speak. Because Angel was, quoting Drusilla here, he was a puppy dog. He was a demon at first, and then he had his soul shoved back into him, and he felt remorseful and sad the whole time, like, oh, boo-hoo, woe is me. And then Spike, he got chipped, but to me, it was like a much more pure turnaround from him.
Yeah.
Although the chipping was funny. Maybe it's me. No, you're fine. This never happened to me before. Maybe you just take a rest and try again. I'm quoting an episode there when he tried to eat Willow.
Yeah.
For those viewers who might not know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're just under a lot of stress right now.
All right. I'm going to pick another genre.
Ooh.
This one's going to be not so much as a love triangle as triangles, I should say.
Oh, several of them. Intersecting triangles?
Kind of. They share like 2 points.
Ah.
And that would be Zeus, Hera, and the multitude of Zeus's mortal consorts.
Ah, mythological. So basically Zeus, Hera, and mortal women.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I could say mortal women. I was going to say not all of them were women, but it's him showing up as an animal instead of the women.
Sheboygan.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, that one, I think God's so strong and powerful, but God, they are so dumb sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know what your wife is like, Zeus. Come on, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, but the thing about it is he didn't have the repercussions. She didn't do anything to him.
Oh,
she
no.
did to his loved ones and his offspring. Because she couldn't technically touch him because he was the king or the god of gods.
It's like, come on, Zeus.
Ruler.
Come on, Zeus. You're never gonna learn if you don't understand the consequences.
Yeah.
But hey, we got some good stories out of him. We got Hercules and all that. Dumb people.
Then we get like Perseus and Theseus as well.
Probably a good number of others.
A lot of yeses.
Yep.
To quote Philoctetes.
Yeah, I tell you, them gods, man, they just messing around, messing it all up. Oh, there's another one actually. I mean, sticking with the Greeks. Yeah, freaking Paris, Agamemnon, and then Helen.
Yep, Helen of Troy.
Mm-hmm. The face that launched up
started a war.
Chips.
Yeah.
I
The
said
love
chips.
that started a war.
Mm-hmm.
That one was forced.
That one was manipulated, not even forced. And it's like, what's her face? It's like, hey, Paris, you're looking good in them jeans right there, man. And then Agamemnon's like, oh, I'm such a jerk. Look at me. Hey, Paris, come take me away.
I thought it was actually, didn't Paris win Aphrodite, like a contest and Aphrodite gave him a boon and he wanted Helen as the boon? So Aphrodite made Helen fall in love with Paris? Or did I get that wrong?
I mean, that sounds like something that would happen, but the way I heard it was, I mean, like, taking theology out of it was basically Paris showed up, Helen used him to escape.
Oh, Agamemnon and his abusive ways or whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Guess you could see it that way.
Though, Aphrodite's another trollop.
Yeah, I was about to say Aphrodite, Hephaestus, and all of Aphrodite's little side pieces.
Yeah. Have you ever seen The Adventures of Baron Munchausen?
No. It sounds familiar.
Oh, it's amazing. It's older. I think like 70s or 80s maybe. I'd have to look it up because I can't remember off the top of my head. But ow, my ears. But it was following Baron Munchausen, obviously, and he ends up meeting with Aphrodite and Hephaestus, and Aphrodite falls in love with him, so to speak. And it was such a ridiculous movie. And yeah, it's basically playing off of that, how he was always doing, she was always doing stuff like that. He's giving her diamonds and everything, and then in strolls Baron Munchausen, 1988. Robin Williams is in that movie.
He's in it?
Yeah, he was the king of the moon.
I wouldn't be surprised if... Oh, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to be Hephaestus.
Nah, that one was... what was her name? I remember her. She was Uma Thurman.
Ah.
Uma Thurman was Aphrodite.
Aphrodite?
Yeah. Then again, yeah,
I'm going to do a... Yeah, huh?
Looking all over Greek mythology, we'll find a lot of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people going to Sheboygan.
I'm going to bounce around a little bit, and I'm going to do one that probably would get a lot of views.
Uh-oh.
We're going to do the Deadpool, Lady Death, and Thanos.
Oh, that one's a tricky one. Ooh, I like that story.
Oh, yeah. Oddly enough, that's the reason why Wade heals very well.
Because he can't die because Thanos cursed him, so he'll never steal his girl. Yep. Talk about petty.
And in turn, Lady Death cursed Thanos. That's the reason why Thanos can't die. Because he's banned from her domain.
It's like, if I can't see my love, then I don't want to see you either.
Yep.
Excuse me.
If you can't learn to share, then you can't have none at all.
But now, friggin' Deadpool gets to torture Thanos all the time.
Yep. The gift that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Wade. Wadey.
Yeah. Have you heard any rumblings about the third one yet? Oh, wait. We were talking about that recently. Like there was going to be a kind of soft reboot of that.
Yeah, they're trying. I think they're trying to wrap Deadpool into the extended Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm. The MCU.
Trying to bring him into the Avengers, or probably make X-Force.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, as much as I kind of like to see that, I don't want to see it like too often. Because
for me, I think I will handle it well if Ryan Reynolds gets to keep his directorial chops for it. If he gets to keep his word and say it as what Deadpool gets, portrayed as, then I think he's going to do it justice and it's going to pull through. But the moment they're going to take it away from him is when it's going to just become a cash grab and it's going to be lame.
Yeah. I mean, to be perfectly honest, as much as I like Deadpool, he's not a serious character. To have him into the MCU, although, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure how much longer the MCU is going to be going. But to put him in there would be to really sap a lot of the tone of the series.
Well, then at the same time, you could say that Spider-Man would sap the tone, too, because he's a wisecracker. Not as bad as Deadpool, but he's still a wisecracker.
Yeah, I'm actually more worried about the whole fourth wall thing.
Oh.
Because if they get rid of it completely, then he's not Deadpool. And if they leave it in, then it's going to seriously destroy the tone and immersion that you might get from the regular Marvel movies.
Or they could tongue-in-cheek it and do, whenever stuff happens, he'd, look at the screen and winks or shrugs, stuff like that, and then they'll be like, and then everyone else is like, just play it off as Deadpool being insane.
Have him talking to the wall.
Yeah, or he could be people questioning him, and he'll just be like, it's just me talking with my voices. So he's basically telling them that he's schizo and multiple personality disorder, just to keep their minds intact, kind of thing. But, I'm being he's being whatchamacallit,
devil's advocate.
Well, not devil's advocate, but he's aware that if he breaks the fourth wall for them, it'll drive them insane. So he's pretty much keeping their mental health in check by making himself sound more insane.
Yeah, and see, I could like that in small doses.
Yeah.
Because, I think, it would make a perfect joke for him to just literally walk up and start talking to a fourth wall.
Yeah.
That would be a hilarious joke, but, seen from the outside. And if we start playing it from Deadpool's point of view, then it's completely detaching from the theme and tone of the rest of the series. I mean, even if you look
now, when
at
you
like,
said, yeah.
huh?
I was going to say, when you said a fourth wall, did you literally mean a wall with a fourth painted on it?
No, well, I mean that would make it more obvious, but it's like the literal fourth wall. Like he turns and he starts talking to us, and then cut to like Thor and Captain America, and they're like looking at him, or well, not Captain America anymore, and they're like looking at him, and he's just talking to the wall that we couldn't see before. It's like,
yeah,
but that would be hilarious. Just fourth.
I'm going to be playing that game soon too. I'm going to be recording it.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, that was fun.
I actually can't wait. I did watch Jack play it through, so I know pretty much everything, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to remember everything.
Yeah, I mean, I took my time through it as well. Played a lot of it.
All right. Sticking with Marvel, there's another major one.
Hmm.
Can you think about it?
I'm thinking Jean and Scott and Logan.
Boom! Jammy, Yahtzee, you won.
I win. What do I win? Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Chat about this love triangle and what an abomination it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of those that I was like, I don't want this. I don't like this one.
Yeah. Technically, if I had to pick between Logan or Scott for Jean, I would technically have to side with Logan.
Yeah.
Just from all the stuff that Scott's put Jean through and all his antics.
Yeah, I mean, that was talking through the Sony end of it, the movies and everything. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I like the whole emotion and whatnot that Logan carries into it, but it's like, not really a fan of playing it like Scott versus Jean from the original X-Men movies, and then Scott and Jean from the animated series. It's like Scott's a bit of a wiener.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tool. He also, with that's another one, kind of like with the Zeus Hera and the multiple Zeus infidelity women kind of thing. It's like you got Logan, Jean Grey, and Scott, and then you have Scott, Jean Grey, and Emma Frost.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have Scott, Jean Grey, and Marilyn Pryor, which is a clone of Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually have children,
Yep.
Scott and Miss Pryor.
And then
And he dumps them on their heads just because Jean Grey came back.
That was freaking... Yeah, that was Cable.
I think so.
Yeah, Cable was their kid.
They have a second kid, too, Hope Summers.
Yeah.
But that's the actual Jean Grey and Scott.
Mm-hmm. And then because it's a Marvel show, Jean Grey comes back to life.
Yeah. Multiple times.
Yeah, I remember reading about freaking Cable. I was learning about Cable recently, actually.
Yeah, I read up on the wikis and stuff every once in a while. I get bored. I'll be like, I wonder what this was about this character, and I'll just look it up. And I'm like, oh, new stuff. Learn something new.
They pitted Booster Gold and Cable against each other in Celebrity Death Battle. Or not Celebrity Death Battle.
Celebrity Death Match.
Yeah, not that one. But Death Battle on YouTube.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's Celebrity Death Match. That's the claymation.
Yeah. I haven't seen that show in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think they discontinued it.
Yeah.
There's only so much they could do.
Mm-hmm. You eventually run out of celebrities to death match.
Yep. Let's see. There's another Marvel one.
Another Marvel one.
Yes.
Moira
There is.
and Professor Xavier and Magneto.
No, I didn't think about that one, but I guess that could be one.
I wonder if there was any actual love between Magneto and Moira.
I don't know. I haven't been up to date with my comic characters.
Yeah, I know there was a relationship.
Taggart.
Taggart.
You know that she's actually a mutant, right?
Yeah.
You know what her power is?
No.
Her mutant power is that she's technically immortal. Whenever she dies, she reincarnates again.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah. Basically, she replays her life over and over again, and that's what Marvel has used to explain the multiple continuities throughout the comics. Is basically Moira is trying to make a world where the mutants and the humans can coexist, and she keeps mucking it up.
Good job.
And in the last couple times, she actually forcefully kills herself so she can reset the timelines. And basically all the timelines were caused by her manipulating it.
Cheater.
Yeah. Cheater, pumpkin eater.
It's like, what was his name? The Question from South Park? Not the Question. Whatever Kenny's superhero was. Mysterion, yeah. Every time he dies, it just comes back to life.
There's actually another Marvel one.
Another Marvel one? Yes. Do tell.
That would be Spider-Man, Mary Jane Watson, and Black Cat.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Black Cat. Oh, yeah. She was no good for you, Peter. Stick with Mary Jane. She's your girlfriend.
Although Mary Jane did, have some fickle moments.
Mm-hmm.
She is that fiery natural redhead, though.
She's an artist, you can't rely on them. Spoken like a true artist myself. We're all flaky. All too full of ourselves.
But all the good stuff's in life are flaky, though. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at them croissants.
Yeah. Now I want a croissant. Speaking of which, how are you and Kayla doing? Y'all holding up okay out there?
Yeah, we're doing good.
How
about you and Lizzie and William? I haven't heard from Will in a while.
Yeah, he's actually getting stir crazy, which is funny because he never gets stir crazy. He's happy staying at home.
Yeah. He has the same issue that you and Lizzie have, huh? You're told to stay home, you don't want to.
Mm-hmm. We're selfish like that. I don't want to be home. You told me to. But we're doing all right. I actually got to see my karate instructor today.
That's good. How are they doing?
Doing all right. He
brought you what?
He brought me toilet paper. Yeah, he's pastor of a church out here, and he's been kind of managing dispensation of stuff, supplies to the needy. And
I hear you.
For me, it was like, hey, we got some toilet paper. You guys want some? I'm like, yes, please.
It's ridiculous what the people are panic buying.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, right before this stuff hit the fan, we had actually purchased quite a bit of TP, but that was only because we were trying to get a $25 gift card from BJ's.
So you ended up on the other end of what I had.
Yeah.
Because I usually do. I usually go, I get large bundles of toilet paper that last me forever, and then when this all started, I ran out.
This is when you ran out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were already at the point we were having a large bundle of toilet paper, and we were just like, well, we can't buy any more paper towels or other stuff and detergent, so we'll just get the TP. So we're just basically sitting on a decent amount of TP.
That's good. I don't think it'll last more than a few more months at most. So
until the second wave or the next wave comes in, I honestly think that this is actually going to be a reoccurring theme.
Well, yeah, it definitely is because we don't have a vaccine for it yet.
It's going to be like the flu.
Yep. found out an interesting fact about this thingy. Apparently, it is the same family as the cold.
Yeah, and SARS and
I knew it was
swine
SARS. I just didn't
flu.
know it was the cold. Freaking SARS and MERS.
Yep, and avian flu, I think.
No, those are actually flu viruses.
Oh,
Yeah, avian
never
swine
mind.
and all those ones, the NC
Okay.
ones, those are actual
Yeah.
flu viruses. This one being a
Okay.
different, because when I was younger, I had learned that the cold was the rhinovirus, but I don't know, perhaps they
Yeah.
changed the name of it at some point. So I was a little confused. I didn't know it was now part of that family. Weird.
All right, so I need to scratch this one off.
I just wanted to make sure y'all were doing okay out there.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah.
We're going a little stir crazy ourselves because we had plans. We wanted to go do like go karting,
Hmm.
stuff like that, but can't really do that now because it's not essential. And Kayla and I are still essential personnel too, so we also have to keep our regular schedule working.
Suddenly coming up there from Minnesota, eh?
I kind of match other people's accents every once in a while. You do kind of pop that accent one quite a bit.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Let's hop skip and jump over to the DC universe. Let's do a major obvious one.
Oh.
Let's get the Batman in on this
Huh.
with Talia al Ghul and Catwoman.
Hmm. That's an interesting one. Because were they ever like, I want to say bumping uglies at the same time?
No, not at the same time, I don't think. But Talia al Ghul always thinks that she lays claim to Batman.
Yeah. He is
I think in the
man.
recent storyline, actually, Catwoman and Batman did get married, and I think one of the people trying to break it up, besides Bane and such, was Talia.
Hmm. I actually don't know too much about that in these days, but I did hear that they tied the knot.
Yes, they finally did get married. Of course, that does make it kind of awkward considering Damien's around, and Damien's Talia's son.
Yep. Is that
Through
what?
forced
Is that what?
forced means.
Yeah. Is that what Robin we're on at the moment?
But what?
Is
Yeah,
that
we're
which
on
Robin we're on?
Damien. Yeah, because Tim Drake is now Red Robin.
Interesting.
He's not Robin. He actually does. I think that's complete affiliation with the Titans now.
So he's gone full on Teen Titans.
Yeah. And then of course Jason Todd's Red Hood, and Nightwing is Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to the next triangle:
Uh-oh.
Dick Grayson, Barbara Gordon, and Starfire. Coriander, which is the spice.
Mm-hmm. I like coriander. It's spicy. No, it's not.
I like Starfire because she's spicy.
Yep. Starfire was
She's
a pretty
also
good one.
heavily sexualized for my taste.
Yeah. That sounded funny because I really did like her more in the Teen Titans stuff.
Teen Titans. Oh yeah, I love that one. Even though they kind of made her a little sexualized in that too.
Yeah. But stay away from Teen Titans Go because that one's horrible.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't even get through 2 minutes of it before I started gagging.
Because it's just dumb.
Yeah, it's just mush.
Yeah, people don't understand. Like they're like, oh, they're making it for kids shows and stuff. And then
That's making it for brain dead people. That's zombie network there.
Yep. Yeah, it's one thing I've noticed like a lot about stuff these days is they're more along the lines of if it's for kids, then it just needs to be random craziness because that's what kids like,
Random
right?
and stupid. Yeah.
Am I right, fellow
You
kids?
gotta,
No,
you
you're
gotta
wrong.
go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I just had to clear my way around the castle.
Ah,
Am I
alright,
right, fellow
let's
kids? No, you are
do
wrong.
another DC one.
Oof, yeah.
We has the Joker, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn. The connecting points, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna add an extra trope to this. The thing that really grinds my gears about the whole Joker and Harley Quinn is how everyone's like, I want a relationship like Joker and Harley Quinn's, and it's like, yeah, so you want a wife beater, huh?
Like,
Has no
wake,
respect for you.
yeah, wake up, people. That's not a relationship you want. You want a Gomez and Morticia relationship.
Yes, there you go. Gomez and Morticia, exactly.
That was such a good relationship. Now, if you're looking for a good relationship, there you go. Gomez and Morticia. Now, that's the relationship goals that everyone should aspire to.
Yes.
Oof.
Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but we got Marky Sheep back.
I saw, yeah, the little pinky.
Yep.
Little pinky over there lurking in the place with all
In
the
the pen.
crops. Yeah. Ah, why am I sleepy? My mouth is getting dry and my eyes are getting heavy. Oh, I think we need to start wrapping up. I can't even think. I mean, I every once in a while I'm like, oh yeah, there was this one relationship. It was great. But then I'm like, wait a minute, what was that one I was thinking about?
Darn, I still got like a bunch. I got like 3, 7, 9, 10.
3, 7, 9, 10. Jeez.
I got 10 more triangles.
You were more prepared for this than I was, that's for sure.
We could part 2 this one if you want.
Yeah. Yeah,
You want to do this for the next one?
yeah, probably, but
We have been going on for almost an hour and a half.
no, yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Sleepy face. Oh Lord. Yeah, I just yeah, we can take it on to a part 2. And I'll probably look up a couple myself because I know there were a couple that came through my brain and then just left, and I'm like, wait a minute, what was I thinking about? So, I'll figure out what they were probably after I get some sleep in me.
There you go. You're probably gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and you're gonna start like just railing off triangles, and you're gonna be like, go back to sleep, and you're gonna wake up again, do it again, and you're like, I should have wrote them down.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I was actually trying to think of one from my own stories, but I couldn't think of a single one that I may have written because, well, I don't do a lot of romance stuff, and so getting into what could constitute a triangle just doesn't exist. It's like I was thinking maybe this character and that character and this other character, but no, that was more of a father-daughter relationship than a, I love you sort of relationship.
Yeah.
And
Not
then,
the intimate kind.
yeah. And then there was kind of one where this one lady was, attracted to this guy who was actually gay, but that didn't, it's like, he didn't even notice, and she didn't know him while he was with the other guy. So that didn't work out very well at all, as far as a triangle was concerned, because there was always a line of some sorts. But
I
anyway.
didn't mean to yell in your ear.
I mean, I just did it, so it's, turnabout's fair play. And anyway, I just want to say thank you all so much for joining us for this episode of the Babbling Beards podcast. Hopefully I didn't get too sleepy and fall asleep on you. But,
Yeah.
we appreciate you watching, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And, if you did, please go poke that like button for us. And if you want to see more from us, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And, of course, as always, y'all are more than welcome to leave a comment down in the comment section down below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can, when we can, all that jazz. And, yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, you got anything to say over there?
Don't forget to check out our singular channels.
Yes.
We do the gameplays and the reviews and junk like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe there.
Yep.
And we'll catch you in the next video.
Yep. Good night.
Nighty.